Hello, dear ARMY and Jikookers. Welcome back to Jikook Diaries, the emotional sanctuary where we trace every step of Jungkook and Jimin with hearts wide open. This is the space where memories bloom, where silence speaks, and where the love between two souls is honored with every word we share. And today is one of those days that stirs the fandom into a wave of emotions, a moment that feels both surreal and tender, like a long-lost dream returning to the edge of reality. Because after 18 long months of silence, duty, and waiting, Jungkook, our golden magne, the one who once stood on stage with stars in his eyes and music in his blood, has officially flown to the United States. Yes, it's true. He's back, not on stage yet, but in movement, in motion. Jungkook was spotted at Incheon International Airport, quietly making his way past the crowd, dressed in simplicity yet radiating that unmistakable glow that only he carries. No grand gestures, no fanfare, just presence, pure and soft. The moment cameras captured him boarding the flight, the online world exploded, not with noise, but with tears, whispers, gasps. Is he coming back? Is this the start of something big? Fans whispered, tweeted, and cried into the digital ether. It wasn't just an airport sighting. It was the return of someone who had been missed in the deepest, most aching way. For armies who've waited, hoped, and believed, this moment felt like the breath before the song, a sacred pause before everything changes. It felt like destiny slowly waking up from its long sleep. But what makes this moment even more heart-throbbing, what truly wraps it in poetic longing, is Jimin's silent reaction. Just hours after Jungkook's departure, fans noticed Jimin logged into Weverse. No dramatic posts, no lengthy captions, no fanfare, just a small status change, a soft heart emoji, and one simple word, soon. And to those who followed Jikook for years, that single word carried the weight of years of silent conversations, of glances exchanged on dimly lit stages, of hands reaching but not touching. It echoed every moment we've held, close moments of shared microphones, of tender hugs, of private smiles captured between dance moves. That soon wasn't just a word. It was a message, a breath, promise, a heartbeat. Was it just a coincidence? Or was it Jimin's way of saying, I see you, I feel it too? For so long, we've only had letters, flashbacks, and memories to hold on to. Their military paths took them into silence, into duty, into days where uniforms replaced microphones and drills replaced melodies. But their connection, the one we always felt between their glances and small touches, never faded. It waited quietly, like a candle still burning in a dark room, lighting the way back home. And now, as Jungkook heads to the US, possibly for music, for preparation, for a comeback, or maybe even a reunion, the world holds its breath. Every fan pauses, not just out of curiosity, but from emotion. We are no longer just observers. We are witnesses to a silent love story unfolding in real time. As night gently wraps itself around the world, countless armies lie awake, replaying that airport clip over and over, zooming into Jungkook's face, searching for traces of emotions behind his mask, behind his eyes. Was he nervous? Excited? Longing for something or someone? It's the small details that always speak the loudest to us. The way he adjusted his cap, the way he paused for a second before walking through the final gate. As if he, too, knew this moment was not ordinary. It was history in the making. And while we don't hear his voice yet, the silence feels heavy with unspoken words. Words that might be turned into lyrics one day, or maybe into quiet confessions during a V-Live or a surprise Weverse post. But until that moment arrives, we are left with the pieces, the breadcrumbs, and the overwhelming emotion that only Jikook moments can summon in our hearts. Jimin, always intuitive, always emotionally in sync with Jungkook, has always found the most gentle, soul-touching ways to speak without saying much. That soon was more than just a hint. For many, it felt like a message across the ocean. A way to reach Jungkook without the noise of the media, without the expectation of a public statement. It was like the two of them still communicate in the language only they understand, delicate, soft, and deeply profound. It reminds us of all the times they've quietly stood by each other, The way Jimin stayed behind to wait for Jungkook after rehearsals. The way Jungkook would instinctively glance at Jimin during award speeches, seeking silent assurance. These weren't performative moments. They were genuine acts of care, love, and something that continues to go beyond friendship, something that has always been felt rather than named. And now, as the world reawakens to Jungkook's post-military chapter, that timeless thread between them glows once again. Is it a coincidence that Jimin's subtle "soon" came right after Jungkook's flight? Or was it the spark that set the fandom ablaze with hope? No matter the intent, the impact is undeniable. It brought us all back to that sacred space of belief, the same belief that has carried Jikook shippers through quiet years and stormy headlines alike. In the coming days, we'll watch closely. Maybe Jungkook will be spotted in a studio. Maybe his voice will echo in a snippet shared by a collaborator. Or maybe Jimin himself will give us another soft breadcrumb to hold on to. But no matter what happens, we'll continue to believe in the unseen, in the quiet moments, in the invisible thread that connects them and us with unwavering faith. Fans believe he's headed straight to Los Angeles, the same city where much of BTS's creative magic used to bloom, where songs were born and emotions were turned into lyrics. Others speculate he's preparing for a surprise solo project, maybe recording new tracks, maybe working with global producers who understand his sound. Or even more, that he's aligning himself for an early group schedule, something that brings all the members closer again. But for many, there's something deeper pulsing beneath the surface, the emotional heartbeat of his bond with Jimin. Will we see them together again soon? Will there be another duet, another candid moment, another look that says more than any interview ever could? Is this the beginning of their shared chapter post-military? As always, the answers aren't given to us directly, and maybe that's what makes it all the more magical. Because ARMY doesn't need direct answers. We've always been the ones who read between the silences, who understand the meaning behind a soft smile, who feel love even in absence. We know how to wait. We know how to believe. Jungkook's journey to the US isn't just about career. It's about reconnection, about healing, about rediscovery, and maybe, just maybe, about reunion. And that's what makes this moment so precious. Because we're not just watching a man walk through an airport, we're watching a story continue. A story that has held us all for years, through comebacks and tears, through enlistments and long pauses. So to every fan who watched that airport clip with teary eyes, to everyone who paused when Jimin posted that one simple word, "You're not alone." This is our story too. A story we've built together with trust, with emotion, with love. We're living it together, one heartbeat at a time. We don't know exactly what comes next, but isn't that what makes it beautiful? The unknown, the wonder, the quiet belief that something good is waiting just around the corner. That maybe the next post will be a selfie. That maybe the next smile will be shared. That maybe a voice we've missed will sing again. So hold on, ARMY. Stay with us here at Jikook Diaries, where every whisper between them becomes a melody of hope, where every silence carries a message, and where love lives in the spaces we often overlook. The story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning again, stronger, deeper, and more real than ever. And wherever Jungkook and Jimin may go next, we'll be here, waiting, watching, loving, always, because that's what love stories do. They keep us hoping. They grow in the in-betweens. And sometimes, they return stronger after distance, clearer after silence. That's what we feel now. A return, a revival, promise still alive. So wherever you are tonight, dear ARMY and Jikookers, wrap yourself in this moment. Let it hold you. Let it remind you that in this vast world, there is still something soft, something pure, something beautifully uncertain yet full of meaning, like the bond of Jimin and Jungkook. This journey isn't just theirs anymore. It's ours. Forever. Purple Heart. So, dear ARMY and Jikookers, as we close this chapter of today's journey, Take a deep breath and feel this moment. Jungkook is in the US now. Jimin said soon, and we together are feeling every second of this unfolding story. Maybe tomorrow we'll get another clue. Maybe next week, a song. Or maybe one day soon, we'll see them together again on stage, in a photo, in a moment that says, "We're here. We never left." Until then, keep your hearts open, keep believing, and come back here where Jimin and Jungkook's love, friendship, and fate live on in every whisper. This is Jikook Diaries, and we'll be right here waiting with you, because their story is our story too. Thank you for watching, like, and subscribe. Let's keep this love alive one heartbeat at a time. We'll see you in the next videos. Borahae, Purple Heart.